without being so blunt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to crush anybody's dreams, but what's goody, y'all? How y'all doing? It's me, Candace. I'm back with another video. If you are returning, hey, what's up? Welcome back, sis. And if you're new, hi, welcome. Please make sure to go subscribe to my channel because you're gonna love me. But in today's video, I am basically going to talk about what you need to know about the hair industry before you get into it. Now make sure that you do stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to give you guys some advice on how you can be successful in the hair industry if you decide to go full forward with it. But make sure that you listen to these tips because you need to know what you're getting into before you get into it. And it ain't all walks in the parks, it ain't all rainbows and glitter and glam. It's work. So I'ma just be real with you guys and be honest with you. Selling hair is not easy. I know people make it look easy. Any business is not easy. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. But selling hair is not easy because you're gonna get tried. You're gonna get tried. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get mad, and you're gonna lose money. Be real with you, you know. And you're gonna take some big L's because hair is expensive. I mean, it's a good business. I feel like the people who do the best at selling hair are honestly people who do hair, make wigs, people who get their hair done a lot, stuff like that. Honestly, to be real with you guys, if you are not the type of person who likes to get their hair done a lot and who wears different wigs and tries different colors and stuff like that, selling hair is not going to be for you. And I'm just trying to be real with you guys because I don't want you to waste your time, and I really want you to think before you jump into this business. Don't jump into this business because you see Sally, Jane, and Marissa making 6 figures selling hair. But you got to see what they're doing though. Because the thing is, when you sell hair, hair is a lifestyle. You cannot get on Instagram and take a picture of some bundles on a fur rug, post them on your page and say, hey, I got 3 bundles for $150, come shop. It ain't gonna work like that because number one, people don't want to see just bundles. I'm gonna keep it real. I keep saying I'm gonna keep it real because I'm trying to be honest without being so blunt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to crush anybody's dreams. But honestly, selling hair is a whole lifestyle. If you're not about that lifestyle, it's not gonna work for you. You have to come with the styles. You have to wear different colors, different cuts, different wigs. People want to see you rocking different colors and different wigs and different styles a lot. So if you're not the type of person that gets your hair done every 2 weeks or gets a new wig every 2 weeks or changes up the color every 2 weeks, hair might not be for you. Because people don't want to see the same jet black middle part. Like, okay, that style may have worked 1 or 2 times, but now we want to see some color. Where's the 613 hair colored pink, and where's the big curly wigs? Like, people want to see stuff like that. People don't want to see bundles on the floor because I'm gonna be real, we've all seen a straight body wave, deep wave bundle. They all look the same. Show us it in a different light. Don't show us bundles on the floor, you know. And if you're a hairstylist or if you make wigs, it's perfect for you because you can just get your clients. You could get your clients to wear the bundles. You could just say, hey, if you buy bundles from me, I'll do your hair for free. Whatever, you know, something like that. You can market it. Or just say, hey, if you buy some bundles from me, I'll make your wig for free. I think if you're a hairstylist or if you make wigs, this selling hair would be absolutely perfect for you because you know how to rock it and you know what to do. If you don't make wigs or don't do hair, you better get your hair done a lot. And that's just facts. But now we're going to get into the tips on, well, not really the tips, but just the things that you really need to know when you getting into this industry and what you getting into, okay? Because I'm going to be real, you not going to make $2 million overnight and become the next Ming Lee and Amor Jada overnight. I'm not saying it's impossible, because it's not impossible. You can do anything that you put your mind to, okay? I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying it's not gonna be an easy road, and it ain't gonna be sunshine and glitter and all that stuff. It's gonna be bumps. If you guys are new to me and you gotta know, like, you know, what makes her qualified to tell me this. If you guys don't know, I have my hair business, Love Renee Collection, for 3 years. So I've definitely been there. I have been there, okay? And now I'm gonna give you guys the tips. Not really tips, but give you guys basically things that you need to know before starting your hair business. Number one, people are gonna ask you for free stuff. So people are gonna ask you for free stuff. Your friends are gonna ask you, can they buy it for the wholesale price? People are gonna ask you that. I'm gonna be real with you guys and be honest with you guys. Like, people are gonna message you guys. People are gonna message you and ask to be a brand ambassador, or people are gonna email you and ask, hey, can I be a brand ambassador? Number one, don't get excited if people actually be a brand ambassador, because number one, they don't know nothing about your brand. They don't know nothing about you. They don't know diddly squat ish about what you got going on. They just want free hair. They're not going to promote you. They just want free hair. If they're not offering to have you sign a contract, they just want free hair. So don't do it, because it be girls who, and it's a lot of girls who will message you and they have like 27, 30K followers. Look through their followers, because 9 times out of 10, they're fake. What you gonna do with that? What we gonna do with that, sis? You know what I'm saying? Chargebacks. Oh my gosh. The chargebacks are insane. First of all, people charge back hair a lot. A lot of girls will say they didn't authorize this transaction. They didn't get it. The main ones that I've seen from my business is that they didn't get the hair, or they didn't authorize this transaction, which is complete bull. Like, honestly, this is what these girls be doing. They sit up here, they spend $400, $600 on a wig, and they get the wig installed, and they realize that they need to pay their water bill, or they need to pay their light bill, and they just realize that they just spent their light bill, water bill money, so they want it back. Like, sis, you should have made sure you had your priorities straight before you bought this wig. Now you realize your bills are due, and you scrambling last minute. Females, I was about to cuss, Lord. These females, they be trying it with these chargebacks. Yes, it will piss you off to the extreme. Like, I remember this girl did complete fraud on my website and bought $1,200 worth of hair, and I was so iffy about doing it, but I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. No. What you need, I'm gonna do a video on what you need to look for in the hair industry when it comes to scams. All my money was gone. Charged off that whole $1,200. Ridiculous, and lost $1,200. So basically what I'm saying, you guys, is the charge offs are ridiculous. You are gonna get charge offs, and you may not win them. Some people know how to win charge offs. You can, honestly, I'm gonna be real, I do not know how to win charge offs. I don't. And I'm gonna tell you guys in the next tip about payment processors on what I used to do to keep my money. I would not win my charge offs, but I would still keep my money, and I'm gonna tell you guys that next. But the charge offs are just insane, y'all. Please understand that these are not no little charge offs. They're big, and you will lose your money. Depending on who your payment processor is, you will lose your money. Like, you will not get that money back. So that's that. The charge offs, the chargebacks, I mean, not charge offs, I'm sorry. The chargebacks are insane. Like, they just, whew. Girl, I could go about chargebacks all day, but I ain't gonna do it. Payment processor. So as you guys know, or you should know, selling hair is a high risk. Hair extensions, bundles, they are an extremely high risk. And the reason why they are a high risk, because like I said, people like to do chargebacks all day with hair and want to say that they didn't get it. Like, oh, I didn't get the hair, but sis, you signed for it, your signature's right there. So with merchants, a lot of merchants do not want to work with hair companies, because hair companies get the most fraudulent transactions, the most chargebacks. So as a company, because payment processors and merchants are companies at the end of the day, they have to protect their company and protect their, you know, just protect their company, so they don't want to work with hair companies, which is completely understandable. It just makes it hard. So what you can do is you can Google high risk merchants, and those are merchants that work with high risk items like hair extensions. But I did that and it wasn't worth it. The payment processor that I've used for 3 years is PayPal. I know that like so many people have had extreme horror stories with PayPal. Just had extreme horror stories with PayPal, how people would say, oh, PayPal's holding my $50,000 for 160 days, whoop-de whoop-de-whoop. I've heard all the stories. Me personally, I'm gonna knock on wood, but me personally, I have not had any issues with PayPal at all through my whole business. I've made up to $2,000 with PayPal, $4,000 with PayPal, all that stuff, and they've never held my money. The only time PayPal held my money was when I first started using them and I first started getting orders. They held my money just to make sure that I wasn't scamming customers and I was actually sending out the orders. So when you first start using PayPal, they are going to hold your money only to make sure that you're not scamming, which is okay. Still send out the orders, because that's what PayPal wants you to do. They want you to send out the orders, and once your orders get delivered, they will release your money. They just want to protect their customers and make sure that they're not getting scammed, which is completely understandable. Personally, never had an issue with PayPal. If I did have a small issue with PayPal, I called them. They resolved it in 30 minutes. I always was able to get somebody on the phone. They were always able to talk to me. I was always able to talk to them and tell them about what I'm doing. Like, they just, I mean, I just never had an issue. I don't know, like, I just never had an issue. And what the thing that I was talking about earlier with the chargebacks is PayPal has something called seller's protection. I don't know how I was eligible to get seller's protection, because everybody is not eligible for seller's protection. I don't know how I was eligible for seller's protection. But basically, with PayPal seller's protection is if you lose a charge, I keep saying charge off, I mean chargeback, because charge off and chargeback are not, absolutely not the same thing. With a chargeback, if you lose a chargeback or if you lose a dispute, PayPal will still give you the money. So that's why I said I don't know how to win chargebacks, and I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all, I do not, because every time I lost a chargeback, I never lost any money because I had seller's protection. So they wouldn't take the money away from me. So like, somebody would file a dispute and I would lose. I would submit everything I need to submit, but they would still win in the other person's favor. And if you guys didn't know, the reason why PayPal lets the other person win in their favor is because if PayPal lets the seller win, PayPal actually loses money. If you guys did not know that. So that's why PayPal always lets the buyer win, because I don't know, it's something between PayPal and the banks. Y'all can Google it, but it is the truth. Like, PayPal will lose money if they let the seller win the dispute. So they always let the buyer win the dispute and give the buyer back their money. Unfortunately, that's how it works. But with PayPal seller's protection, I never cared if I lost the dispute, because I always was still able to keep my money. So that was that. Next one is the pre-sale method. So if you guys don't know what the pre-sale method is, the pre-sale method is basically this. I'm gonna basically explain it the best. So with the pre-sale method, somebody goes on your website. So let's just say somebody goes on your website and purchases a wig. When somebody goes on your website and purchases a wig, you will hit up your vendor and say, hey, I need a 24-inch full lace straight wig. And then you will pay your vendor their profit. So you will pay their vendor, their price, their wholesale price out of the customer's money that they just paid you. And then you will keep your profit and you will give your vendor their profit, and then you would keep your profit, and then the vendor would send it to your house and you would package it up, make it look all nice, and then you would send it to your customer. So it's kind of like the customer is somewhat pre-paying for their stuff in a way, kind of, sort of. And that's only because you don't want to keep, that's only if you don't have inventory, and I'm going to talk about inventory in a minute. So that method, the thing about that method is great. There's pros and cons to that method. The pro is you don't have to keep any inventory, so you don't have to spend you don't have to spend any big money on inventory, because let's be real, to keep bundles and wigs and closures and frontals and all of that on hand, that is very expensive. Like, that's just very, very, very expensive. You're looking at least 20 bands. Miss Mamas for inventory. That's a lot. If you don't want to have a whole bunch of inventory, or if you can't afford to have a whole bunch of inventory. So that's a good method if you can't afford to have a whole bunch of inventory. But with that method, this is kind of a personal opinion, so you guys can take this how you want to take it. If somebody makes a $400 sale on my website, I want my $400, okay? I don't want to, I'm a little selfish with my sales. I don't want to split my sales with nobody. It's kind of like when you do the pre-sale method, it's kind of like you splitting the money in the middle with somebody. Like, you always got to split the money. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The splitting of the money just really like irritates me. And it's kind of like I look at like my gross and my net, and it's like I want that gross. I mean, your gross and your net is always going to be a little different anyways, but when you do the pre-sale method, it's going to be completely off. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Like, the last time when I did my taxes, like a few months, was it a few months ago? Or was it the beginning of the year? When I did my taxes for 2019, I really realized that I sent my vendor like $9,000. And that's $9,000 I could have kept in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I don't like to split my money. I like, if somebody makes a $400 sale with me, I want to keep the full $400. I don't want to keep having to split my sales, just keep splitting my sales. Now, you can do that if, you know, eventually you're going to save up and have a big thing of inventory on hand. But it's going to take you longer to do that because you're going to have to keep splitting the sales. So that right there just kind of like, it's like I want all my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want all of my money. I don't want to keep having to split it with somebody. You feel me? I just like to keep all of my money. But yeah, so that right there may bother you. So next is shipping. Lord, USPS is extremely trash. USPS be stealing packages. USPS be losing packages. USPS is trash. And since we are in COVID, like, a lot of people like me, I'm currently not really selling hair right now. Because I'm actually working on my graphic design and branding business at the moment. So I'm not really selling hair or shipping out orders right now. And honestly, this might sound bad to say, I don't know, but thank God I'm not shipping out any orders right now, because with COVID, USPS is just going crazy. Like, every business owner I follow is literally having such a trouble right now. USPS is delaying packages, sending packages back, stealing packages. Everything is just delayed, and that's one thing. USPS is extremely trash, but it's the cheapest shipping method. You can ship with UPS or FedEx, but it is a lot more expensive, and a lot of customers don't like to pay for shipping, honestly. Like, it's kind of like a psychological thing. Like, people will see a price, love it, and then when they see that shipping cost, they don't want it no more. So it's already kind of hard to train people to pay that shipping. So it's gonna be a lot harder to, you know, if the shipping cost is more. So it costs a lot more to sell, to use that. USPS is extremely trash, and I think it's trash because, number one, it's owned by the government, and number two, it's so cheap. They don't care. They have the worst employees, the worst customer service. It's trash. The best thing you can do to protect your customers' packages is to put insurance on each and every one of their packages. So if your customer hits you up and say, you know, my package is lost, USPS stole my package, whoopty whoopty whoop, put insurance on the package. Because what happens is, if you put insurance on the package, they can go on USPS and file a claim on there. And if they go on USPS and file a claim, USPS will investigate it. And if they cannot find the package at all, USPS will cut them a check for the amount of the order that's lost, but it will be sent to the customer. It won't be sent to you. It will be sent to the customer. So that's why you want to put insurance on each and every one of your packages. But mind you, the heavier the package, no, I think it's the more the package costs, the higher the insurance will be. So you got to keep that in mind, because you already got to pay for you already paid your vendor, you already split the money with your vendor. If you're doing the pre-sale method, you've already split the money with your vendor. Now you got to pay for shipping, now you got to pay for insurance. So you really losing, you know what I'm saying? You're not getting a lot out of that. So you got to kind of think of it like that. But that's the way to protect your customers from the bull that USPS be on, is to file a claim. Because USPS will definitely try to find it if you file a claim, because USPS do not want to cut nobody a check. But if they cannot really find it, they will cut your customer a whole check for the amount of the item. And you will not have to refund your customer, because honestly, it's not fair, because it's not your fault. So you want to always put insurance on your packages if you do decide to sell hair. So that's kind of some of the things that you need to know when selling hair. My best tip of advice to you guys, like I said, selling hair is a lifestyle. So since selling hair is a lifestyle, the best way to get sales and to get sales really is to switch up your hair a lot. Make sure that you're wearing different styles. Make sure that you're wearing different styles. Make sure that you're wearing different hairstyles, different wigs, different colors. Your customers want to see that, because they want to see the hair in different light. Also, the best thing to do is do tutorials. I noticed that when I did tutorials on my hair page, people loved it. So if you're not a hairstylist, or if you don't make wigs, then the best thing to do is do tutorials. If you're one of the most popular tutorials is if you wear curly hair, do a curly hair routine, what products you use in your hair, how do you wet your hair, basically how do you maintain curly hair. That's really good. Always make sure to not always try to sell the customer on something, but on your page, always make sure to kind of like the key motivation, the key marketing tips is to always teach, motivate, is something else, but it's teach and motivate. So put motivational quotes up and put, teach your customers something. Do product of the hair products that we love. Teach customers how to, what's good shampoos, what's bad shampoo. Well, you don't shampoo bundles. So what's good conditioners, what's bad conditioners. Tell them why they don't need to shampoo their hair. Do hair tips, stuff like that. You don't always try to sell don't always try to sell or throw a sale in your customer's face every single post. Try to teach and motivate and educate your customer on how to use your product or how to wear your product, so that way they'll be more interested in buying it because they know how to use it. So yeah, you guys, and also photo shoots are great too. They're really good content. I would suggest to get a brand ambassador if you want to, but please make sure if you're getting a brand ambassador, please make sure there's contracts involved, and make sure that y'all have a set deal and everything like that, because they will play you. Paid ads is definitely key, especially Instagram ads. Instagram ads will get you a lot of followers if you know your target market and know your audience. They will definitely get you a lot of followers. So that is the key tips that I have on being successful in the hair industry. I really hope this video helped you guys. This is very lengthy, but I wanted to get as much information as possible to you guys. And I love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next video. See ya.